Hi everyone, welcome to More Than a Garden. My name is Erin, and today I'd like to tell you a little story about the video that almost never got made. This video, a couple of days ago, I had a nice sunny day. I was going to set up to do this when I had a lot of the good sunlight coming in the windows. Didn't happen. So today I went to set it up with my little Five Below thing that I've been joking about, saying that it's very precarious and my phone looks like it's going to fall regularly. Well, today it fell. Phone's fine, but this little piece of junk is not. So I am now not, I do no longer have my little tutorial garbage thing to put my phone on. So I now have it set up on a box. Let's throw that in the garbage. And so today we're going to talk about flowers. And before I wanted to talk to you about flowers and about some other things, some fertilizer, I'd like to just tell you a little something about this. I don't know about you, but if you've ever had a dream or something that you wanted to do and you didn't have the right tools or the proper resources, it kind of might have put a little damper on you a little bit. Well, this was me for a long time. I didn't have the resources to start seeds. I didn't have a greenhouse. I didn't have all the cute little trays. I didn't even think that I had a place to put them. So I did that for a lot of years, and I came from the perspective of not having what I needed. But this year, so after the past few years that we've had, this year something changed in me, and I started to see things differently, and that's why I wanted to share this with you. I started to see that I did have a window in the back of my house that does get a lot of sunlight and can grow plants. I did decide that I was going to start my own seeds. And although I didn't have all the cute little trays, which they are adorable and I love them, and if you have them, yay. But I just decided to use cups, and they seem to be working fine. Um, and little egg cartons, those are working fine as far as I can tell right now. Um, just some of those things. So I started to think in terms of what I did have and using what I have and doing what I want to do, even if I don't have the proper tools, even if I don't have proper tools. And sometimes my phone, um, things like that, with when I'm making videos, the phone doesn't do what it wants to, doesn't do what I want it to do, or I'm not sure how to even go about editing a video, that kind of thing. I am well aware that these videos are not professional. I'm well aware that there may be a few people out there that are rolling their eyes, and that's fine, because I'm not making these videos for them. I'm making them for you. I'm making them for me. I'm making them for my kids, and I'm making them for anyone out there that wants to learn how to plant, how to grow things, wants to do this, and isn't sure if they can or what they can do. So I just wanted to remind you that you can do it. And this is the whole point of this. So here we go. Today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about flowers in your garden. Now I know we like to talk about planting food, and that's the main reason why I'm doing this gardening channel, is to talk about having food in your garden, in your yard, something that you can count on when there won't not necessarily won't be uh, anything in the grocery store, or it's hard to get things in the grocery store. So you will always have your food that you can count on in your own yard, and that's great. And that's coming not from a place of fear, but just a place of having our own things that we can count on. But I'd like to talk about flowers because they're just as important. Because I used to plant my flowers in a flower garden separate from my vegetables. And a few years ago, I started intermingling flowers in with my vegetables, mainly for beautiful, because it's beautiful. It makes it look pretty, but also it's an excellent pollinator. I've got some things here. I've got borage that I've started over there, as well as some zinnias things like that. Johnny jump ups are going to be direct sow. Those are those little purple flowers that you can sprinkle into your salad. I really like to deal with flowers. Edible flowers are fun. I'm even planting some dandelions this year because so many people now like to spray their lawns for dandelions, so we don't get very many anymore that I see. So we're going to be planting our own dandelions to have in our salads. Um, so I wanted to tell you some places that you can get seeds. Now, I get a lot of my seeds from Baker Creek. Um, I did get some from Johnny's, and also Seed Savers is another one of my favorites. But I also wanted to tell you about just going to the dollar store, just going to the Dollar Tree. And I'll show you some of these seeds that I got. I got some peas and peppers. I got some flowers too. I got some daisies. Of course, I got daisies. Forget-me-nots, sweet williams. Those are pretty. I like those a lot. Um, I got this perennial mix, which is going to be interesting. I'm just going to kind of sprinkle that around. And so I did get some radishes. Well, they're not here. Okay. Beans, lots of beans, and even some herbs like chives. Okay. Now these are actually the seeds that I have started already are actually growing very well from these, and they do say heirloom, they do say non-GMO, which you don't have most. I think seeds for the most part that you buy in the store are all going to be non-GMO because I believe at this point they cannot sell GMO seeds to the public. They only sell them to the farmers. Yeah, that's another story. That's another day. So, yeah, you can get all kinds of things just at the dollar store, and they still had quite a few of them when I went a couple days ago. So, if you're on a budget, that's a great place to start with your starter seeds. So, I wanted to show you some of the things that I planted the other day and how they're doing. I'll point the camera down to them as I talk about them. So, these are all of my tomatoes, and these right here, these black crim and the Cherokee, I still have to put these into their own. I have to thin them out and put them into their own areas. But then you'll see all my Roma tomatoes. I've got a ton of those, some more Cherokee purple over here, and then my zucchini, which I think I may have planted a little early, but those are going to have to be up potted probably within the next few days. Now I put my peppers and my cucumbers up on the windowsill because they don't seem to be coming out, and I'm not really sure. I haven't had a whole lot, I've mentioned before, I haven't had a whole lot of success with peppers in the past, so I'm not really sure about them, if they're going to come up or not. I did buy some more peppers just in case. I'm going to try to start some of those probably later on today or tomorrow, just in case these don't come up. But over here, I've got some parsley and basil. It's just starting to come up, if you can see that. There. And then some of these cucumbers here are actually coming up a little bit. And then some more peppers over here that are not. So then down here I've got some more. I've got some of my dill is coming up, just a little bit of it. Chamomile, a little tiny bit there. Chive, not yet, but I can direct sow some of that, I think. And then borage, which is a beautiful flower that is edible, that is a very great pollinator that I can't wait to plant that all over the place. So here's some more tomatoes and my zinnias. Something happened to my zinnias, I'm not sure. But then I've got the straw flowers and bachelor buttons are doing all right. And we're going to turn these guys so that they can keep going towards the light. They're so cute the way they do that. So neat. So let's talk a little bit about nasturtium. Here is some of my nasturtium that is doing so well. And I'm going to have to, my plan was to put this into the hanging baskets. So I'm going to be doing that very soon. But that's doing really well. Now nasturtium is edible as well, and you can take these and put them in your salads. They're such pretty little leaves, but they're very peppery, so you don't really need a. Also did some nasturtium actually over in another pot that I had that was an indoor pot. And what I did was I planted like 5 or 6 seeds, and then they didn't come up right away. So I planted a few more and they didn't come up. So I planted a few more, and I did that like 3 or 4 times. And then all of a sudden one day they came up. All of them came up. So I have my Nasturtium Jungle, which is right here. And you'll see, look, I love these leaves, how the variegated leaves. They're so pretty. But there's a ton of them in here, and they're going to probably choke each other out if I don't do something. There's some underneath that are real small. So I have my Nasturtium Jungle here that is, yeah, but look at those leaves. This right here, this pot is a perfect picture for you to learn about patience. Patience with seeds, because seeds will do what they know how to do, which they want to just grow and they know what to do. So if you just are patient, then you'll probably, you won't end up with a Nasturtium Jungle if you're patient. I also wanted to tell you, because I know I had talked to you a little bit about how I was going to be adding nutrients to my soil. So I wanted to share this fertilizer that I got the other day, and I wanted to kind of show you what it is in case you wanted to get something similar. It's called Nutri-Rich Natural Organic Fertilizer, and it's basically just chicken waste, and it's really going to be good. I think something that my garden needs, because the compost wasn't just enough. And the past few years, I had mentioned I really didn't have a very good yield on the things that I did plant. So I wanted to really get in there this year and make my garden very lush and grow amazing things. So we're going to be adding that fertilizer. I got the fertilizer at a place called Azure Standard, which is something that's very interesting and new to me. I just discovered. So Azure Standard is a company that I just discovered. They're in the Pacific Northwest. They're a family-owned business, which is very partial and very, very dear to my heart. I like to support family businesses, and they deal with organic food in bulk. So you're basically buying large quantities of bulk food, organic, and they ship it to you. They take it into a freight. They ship it to you. You're part of a co-op. You go to the place where they have designated for you to pick it up, and everyone goes and helps unload the truck, and you go and get your things. And so I did this just a few days ago, and I got that Nutri-Rich fertilizer along with a few other things that I wanted to share with you. And so basically I'm sharing this with you because if you want to save money on food right now, a great way to do it is to buy in bulk, and this company does a really great job. So I have over here some of this rice blend stuff that I get often at the store. We really like this company and this brand, and I was able to get these because I bought a bulk supply of them. I was able to get them for $2 less than what I get them at the grocery store. So that works out great for us right now. I also were able to get things like large quantities of beans. I got some ketchup that I was able to get in a bulk, like a case, I think there were 6 in the case, and I got them for like $1 less than I would in the grocery store. So that was a savings of $6. So if you're looking for something like that, you can check them out. If you use my link below, it's a referral link. So if you decide to order from them and you use my referral link, that will then help me with my next grocery haul that I do with them, my next order. So if that's something that you're interested in, go ahead and check them out. So that's our video for today. And I'm gonna now go, I have to get some of these tomatoes and zucchini, and I have to try to find some larger pots to put them in today. So we're gonna do that. But I thank you very much for joining me, and I'm looking forward to talking with you again. And just remember to do what you can with what you have. It's never too late to start somewhere. And have a great day. Bye bye.